How's it going? Today I'm going to be working on my commission for FlameDrone. Hello, hello. What's up, Seth? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well today. I just did some dishes real quick before stream. I was gonna go live a little earlier, but I'm alright. I keep sneezing today. I don't know if I'm getting sick or something. I don't know if I'm getting sicky. I guess it could be. Kinda came out of nowhere, though. And I wasn't sneezing when I was outside yesterday, unless I'm just allergic in the house. Maybe it's the dust. Maybe it's the cat. I'm out of Benadryl, though, sadly. I was just working on these chains right now, adding some highlights to them. So we're gonna go link by link and add my little details. I went to the beach yesterday. It was pretty nice. It was like almost 90 degrees out. The water was like almost 70. It was so sunny and warm. The beach was filled with a bunch of families and people just like playing and grilling and having a good time. Last night I made steak and home fries with broccoli. It was really yummy. I ate a bunch yesterday, but I also burned a bunch of calories too. I've been using an app to track like my activity and my calories and junk because I've been trying to lose weight for a while, and I'm definitely starting to notice some good changes. Like my clothes are fitting me more loose. I feel like I have more energy. Do I have a smartwatch? I do not. I just use my phone. If I did get a smartwatch, I'd want one of the like Samsung ones, like one of the I forget what they're called exactly, but the Samsung watch I'd want. What's up, What's up, Ellie? Hope you're doing well. But I've been noticing good progress for quite some time now. I've been focusing on like making healthier food, trying to eat out less. I've been making sure that I walk or like lift weights or both every day. I've been quite large my whole life, but like one of the things I'm noticing is that like I'm starting to get very strong. My muscles, my biceps are growing and stuff, and it's like you might say like, well, that's not necessarily the goal. The goal is to lose weight, but it's going to be way easier to start losing this weight with the muscle, you know? I'm going to get so fucking shredded that it just starts falling off. Yeah. But I'm feeling good. I gotta be careful though, because I get heart palpitations. And I overdid it the other day. I walked like 4.5 miles and I didn't take enough breaks. And I had like, my chest was like sore. Like, I guess because of like how hard my heart was beating and junk. When you're very large, you have to be extra careful when working out. Because, like, man, it would really suck to like give myself a fucking heart attack because I'm trying to work out and lose weight, you know? On the way for cosplaying Hildren, yeah. I've been like trying to lift Airy to see how much easier it gets to lift him. I gotta get back into my prime of being able to throw grown ass men around like it's nothing, you know? I gotta be like a fucking football player that can body people. And after I lose a little bit more weight in the future, I don't know where I would go, but I'd really love to learn mixed martial arts. I think that'd be so much fun for losing weight. I wanna do like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but like taekwondo could work too. Like, sounds like so much fun. I'm definitely more of like a grappler fighting style than like a punchy fighting style. Although Michi got me an inflatable punching bag, which is fun for practicing. But one day I'd like to get a hanging bag, like a weighted bag. Yeah. My brother says that my back is slimming out first. Like my back and shoulders is losing more weight. Like my tummy is still quite large. But but Joey was like, "You've lost a noticeable amount of weight on your back." And I'm like, "Hell yeah." Maybe that's why my shirts are fitting more loosely. Or Greek Roman brawl. Hell yeah. It's like I may not run very fast, but if I grab you, it's over. I know for a fact that if you weigh around 200 pounds, I can throw you around. No problem. If you weigh under 200 pounds, it's already Jover. You will get manhandled. You will get tossed. You are not safe. If you're like around 300 pounds, it's a bit more of a struggle, but I can make it work. Also, I thought everybody could do push-ups no matter like what weight they were. I didn't realize that it's actually quite impressive to be able to do push-ups at like 340 pounds. I gotta get an actual gym membership so I can start doing uh like more heavy weight training because all I have is a 5 pound and a 10 pound weight. I would love to get a barbell. 264 pounds. It'd be slightly difficult, but I could still probably throw you around a bit. I just gotta grab you by like the legs and waist, and then I should be able to lift you up. Yeah, that's the territory where it starts to get a little bit more difficult for me, but I can still manage it. I just realized I did not shade these links. I'm gonna have to shade these links. It's funny because throwing dudes around became like a weird party trick for me. It'd start off, I'd like lift one dude, and then like there'd be a line. All the guys would be like, my turn to get uppies, my turn. Your fit weight is 220 basically, but you're a tall fucker, aren't you? As long as I can find your center of gravity, I can make it work. I can have fun with it. Naturally with a ton of muscular mass. E. My core. So I have a big belly, so like you can't see abs or anything. But if you touch it, there's very clearly some hard fucking abs underneath. It's so weird. It's like one of those squishy gel pads where it's like soft on top and then underneath you can feel it in there. I'm gonna get hella fit. It's gonna be great. Damn. Yeah, it's like I don't want to fucking die at 30 or 50, 30, 40, 50, because I'm a fat fuck. I've been a fat fuck my whole life. I'm trying to fix it. My dad died a couple of years ago of a heart problem. My mom has heart problems too. And like I said, I already have like palpitations and shit. So I'm trying to lose weight at a somewhat decent speed to make myself healthier. But you got to be careful because apparently, when you're my size and you start losing a lot of weight, it can actually exacerbate bad problems. Like, apparently, if you're very large but you're not diabetic, losing weight too fast can cause you to become diabetic. And like I was talking about before, exercising at my size puts extra stress on your heart. So if you do it too fast, or if you don't take enough breaks, or if you work out too intensely, you can cause yourself to have a heart problem while you're trying to lose weight. So it's like you have to be careful exercising because you can hurt yourself like pretty bad. It's like I just it's like a really weird fine line to walk. It's like, yes, you want to work out to lose weight. Yes, you might want to do some more intense workouts so that you can lose weight faster. But if you have a heart problem, you have to do it very slowly. Otherwise, you could really hurt yourself. And like yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, I went on like a 4.5 mile walk and I didn't take enough breaks. And for the last 2 days, my chest was kind of sore because my heart was beating so like heavily. It was beating so fast. I could have hurt myself. I needed to take it more careful. It's like I've been feeling better, I've been feeling more energetic. I've been feeling lighter. I've been feeling stronger. I've been feeling more confident. So I guess I almost had a moment where I flew a little too close to the sun because I don't want to fucking die trying to lose weight. But I have to do it. I should have started like 10 years ago. And I did start a while ago. I tried losing a bunch of weight when I was a bit younger, and I was struggling really hard. I tried different diets. I tried going to the gym pretty regularly, but for some reason I just couldn't make it work. And I think a lot of it was my mentality. I was more mentally weak than I am now. Like I wasn't seeing progress fast enough, and it was like hurting my feelings. And so I kind of like struggled. I was fell into like a deep depression and kind of gave up, and I got fatter and it made it worse. But now it's like I don't even have a gym membership. I'm doing a lot of this stuff at home, but I have like this sense of resilience. I don't know how to describe it other than like you get to a certain point and you just kind of stop caring about what other people say or what they think. If people make fun of me, whatever, at least I'm fucking doing something about it. I can probably lift more than you anyway, that kind of deal. like, come say that shit to my face, bitch. I'll fuck you up. But like, I'm proud of myself and what I'm doing, and I'm gonna keep doing it. And I'm gonna be the hot fucking 40-year-old woman. I'm gonna be the hot 50-year-old woman. I'm gonna be the badass, strong bitch. Could you imagine if at like 45 years old, I take up fucking like cage fighting or some shit? It's like, yeah, I'm a little behind timeline wise. A lot of people figure the shit out before me. I'm a little bit of a late bloomer in that regard. But I'm feeling good about shit, and I'm not gonna give up anytime soon. If anything, the political climate is making me want to do it even better, even faster. so I can like fucking protect my family. Gotta get back into weapons training. Alright, I got my highlights on the chains done. I guess I'm gonna start coloring robot guy on the top. I guess he's not really a robot. He's more of like an android. I have a lot of areas we're gonna have to clean up. Just blocking these colors in. I was making some videos about like working out and junk and trying to lose weight a couple months ago on a small channel that I haven't shared. But a few months back, I had another situation where I had a really bad panic attack. This is like 3 months ago. And I had to stop working out for like a month to let me recover because my heart was beating so fast that I got bruising on my skeletal structure in my chest. And the doctor told me that I had to take a month or two off working out to let my chest heal because I had injured myself from not only working out too intensely, but from the panic attack I had. My heart rate was way higher than it was supposed to be. And I ended up like going to the ER, and I thought that I had had a heart attack. Like I actually thought I had a heart attack, but they did some like readings or whatever, and it turned out that it was not a heart attack, or so they say. They say that it was just anxiety. So I guess I got to take the doctors at face value for that. So I lost a bit of progress over the last like month or whatever, and I'm finally getting back to like where I was, and now we're going back into progression. So like losing more weight. Yeah, I was taking like weekly pictures and shit to track the progress. And I feel like now, if like maybe later today, I'll take another picture for the update. Now I think there's going to be more progress. But I put it off for a while because I was like ashamed that I fell back, basically. I was ashamed that I couldn't work out as intensely or do what I was doing for like a month and a half. Not to mention the anxiety problem. Oh, fat woman has anxiety. Who would have fucking guessed that? But to be honest, at the same time, I don't really trust the doctors around here because no matter what problem I have, they just label it as anxiety. And I'm like, I'm almost convinced that like there's something a little more going on, but they just don't give a shit enough to figure it out. And I can't really schedule more doctor's appointments because I probably won't have health insurance again. I ended up missing my last doctor's appointment because I called them and was like, hello, when appointment? And then they were like, we don't have appointment with you. But it turns out I called the wrong fucking place. And then I got a letter in the mail being like, you missed your appointment. So that was on me. But I've had such a problem going in and getting healthcare around here. I live in a fairly rural area, and unfortunately, rural areas in the United States don't have great healthcare. They basically don't do much for you unless you're like fucking dying. And you have to be like fucking actively dying because they don't seem to care enough to pick up on anything unless it's happening right in front of them. My concerns were often dismissed and not taken seriously. I had a doctor who was my primary doctor for most of my young adult life, who retired a couple years ago, who told me that I had hormone problems. But he told me that when he retired, and he never once fucking treated me for hormone problems. So as he left, he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you got hormone imbalances that you should probably need medication for. Bye." And I was like, "Oh, cool. That's really fun to learn now after the fact." I don't have a great track record with healthcare, basically, is what I'm saying. I've had to, like, educate myself, look up medical journals and, like, the paperworks that doctors use as reference material, and, like, try to figure this shit out myself. Over the last year or so, too, I've learned that a lot of what I was taught in school about, like, nutrition and stuff was just, like, wrong. Like, the American education system, it was literally, like, built based off of, the lobbyists and farmers and stuff. And a lot of what they're teaching kids is inaccurate. But, now that I am taking more initiative and I'm learning and I'm looking at these journals and these papers and studies, I'm finding things that work better for me personally. Like, it turns out I have a bunch of, like, food intolerances too that I don't really know why. It's like, I noticed that, like, I'm probably lactose intolerant. And I also react badly to, like, bread, pasta, anything like gluten. I don't know if I have celiac, but I've been trying to cut bread out. I've been, like, cooking most everything from scratch. I've been cutting out sugar. I've been cutting out, like, dairy stuff. Some of it. I love cheese, though. I've switched to, like, Lactaid. I've noticed that, like, certain vegetables I eat too fuck me up. It's like, I don't know what kind of, like, tests I would have to get done for that shit. But lately, it's like a little bit of rice, some protein of some sort, and fresh vegetables, or steamed vegetables, or roasted vegetables seems to be the play. I'm gonna have to, like, completely cut out processed shit. We've gone to, like, fast food places a couple times recently, and every single time after the fact, I'm like, that was a terrible decision. Why did we do that? And it's like, it's because it's cheap and easy. And it's like, yeah, but, like, it fucks me up every single time. So I've gotten to the point where if I do go out to, like, a fast food place or whatever, I try to get, like, salads or, like, grilled chicken. I'm trying to avoid, like, burgers and fried stuff. It's like, if you know what? Fucking Wendy's and Culver's have great salads. I don't know if you guys have ever been to, like, a Wendy's or a Culver's, but they have amazing salads. Wendy's salads in particular, I really enjoy, because the portion of the salad is huge. Like, I usually don't eat the whole fucking thing. And then the stuff on it is really good too. They do like a Cobb salad kind of thing. It has a shit ton of vegetables and toppings and stuff. I kind of wish McDonald's brought back salads, to be honest. But yeah, shit gets a lot easier if you just like eat like a rabbit. The other thing is like I smoke marijuana. I smoke cannabis for pain management and nerve damage stuff. Like a jackalope. You right. And that helps with pain, but like it was also making my anxiety worse. So I have to cut back on that. Plus smoking anything is not super great for you. So I'm gonna have to cut back on that also. I've already been cutting back on it. My brother smokes way fucking more than I do. But like recent studies have found that cannabis can like calcify your fucking heart stuff, which is not great. So I'm gonna have to cut back on that too. I'm gonna try to cut back on vaping, smoking in general, nicotine, because I've been addicted to nicotine for most of my adult life. And like my biological father, who died a couple years ago, when I was younger, he used to like give me cigarettes because I would roll them for him. So I got addicted to nicotine when I was super young, and it's like pretty fucking hard for me to try to stop. But I'm gonna be making more of an effort to cut that shit out too for my health. There's just a slight problem. A lot of the ways that they recommend you stop smoking, which is like the patches and stuff, I'm like allergic to the patches. So I gotta try to like wean off of it. So I've been trying to like vape less, and I'm gonna see about maybe just not buying another one. It's like going cold turkey. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do that, but I'm gonna have to try. Gonna have to give it a try at least. Because I'm sure that the nicotine and the cannabis are making my anxiety worse. And they're not very good coping mechanisms. Yeah. It's like I'm gonna have to do it. I have to for my own health. It's so fucking hard. I'm so addicted to nicotine. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's like there was like a 2-year stint after the car accident I was in 2016. So like it was actually like 2019, 2020. I wasn't smoking. I had like quit smoking for like 2 years. And then I got a job again after not having one for quite some time. And because of the stress and stuff, my coworkers were also smoking around me and junk, and they like offered me one, and I caved immediately. I immediately caved and started fucking smoking again. And it honestly felt like one of the only ways I could cope with that shit. And now it's like I'm just worried that like anytime something hard in my life happens, I'm gonna go straight back to it. Like the cancer risk and the heart problems and the high blood pressure and all that shit is clearly not worth it. Like, but these are changes that you gotta make in your life, you know, they're hard changes. Carter, thank you for following. Welcome, welcome. Difficult changes that need to be made. But I know I can do it, and now I have a better support system than I've had before. So, like, last time I tried to quit smoking, I didn't have these people in my life who care about me so much. I feel like this time I can do it, maybe. Hopefully. And, like, with the working out and stuff and feeling better too, it gives me more confidence that I'll be able to succeed because of like the changes and stuff I've already been noticing. And I'm sorry if it's like annoying listening to me talk about this. I wasn't really sure what to talk about. And I was like, well, this is what's going on in my life right now. uh my grandfather's health has been declining a little bit, which is kind of scary, but even yesterday I was talking to one of my neighbors about it who's known us for a long time, and he was like, I'm surprised that he's still around to this day. And I'm like, that's a good point. Like 5 years ago we were told we might have like 2 years left with him, but here we are. So I've been trying to step it up more because I noticed that he was struggling to do more things in life. So I've been trying to step up and make sure that I'm there for him when he needs me. And like, he doesn't like to ask for help. He doesn't like to really tell me when he needs anything. So it got to the point where I had to like harass him a little bit and be like, hey, fucking tell me when you're hungry, when you need help getting something. Tell me when we need to go to the store. Tell me like what you want me to do. So like I've been trying to wake up earlier in the day. I've been trying to like make him breakfast every morning. I've been trying to do more of the shopping, like everything. Because like he was kind of like trying to almost like hide himself away a little bit. And I'm like, no, I'm worried about you. Tell me what's happening. It's like, although recently I had a conversation with him that I don't really think it's safe for him to drive anymore. Oh, and he was mad that I said that. He was like super offended. But like, the only thing I haven't done is just take the keys away from him. But he's already gotten an infraction. He's gotten like I don't know. Actually, I don't think he got a ticket. He got a warning. But if he gets tickets, it's not going to be just me telling him that I don't think he should be driving anymore. The state's going to fucking take his shit away, which honestly might be easier for me. I just don't want something to happen with him behind the wheel and like have him get hurt. Also, my car, since like can't really afford to lose the car either. So like I've been away from the computer more recently. I haven't been live streaming as much. I mean, I guess in the last couple days I've been trying to stream more. But my life has needed me away from the computer more. I've been having to do more like in real life for the family and stuff. I talked about it a little bit on my Discord that lately I've been living a life more akin to like a stay at home mom or like a housewife. I've been having to do more chores and get up bright and early and cook and clean and run errands and stuff. So I haven't had as much time to be on the computer, to be live streaming and like working out and stuff too. So lately I've been spending most of my days nowhere near my desk. And it's like I still have shit to work on, like this commission and live stream and stuff. And I really owe it to you guys because you guys help me live my life. Because I live off of the charity of others for a vast majority. It's like obviously Mitchie, my wife, helps take care of me and junk, but I don't really have an income. It's like my grandfather is Native American and I get a little bit of help from the tribe for that, but they don't pay me like a conventional job. They give me money for food, they give me money for gas, but I don't have an income, you know? And then like the rent is paid by my grandfather's pension and stuff. So when the inevitable happens, we are going to be kind of screwed. It's like my life is going to have to restart, and I'm not looking forward to it, and it's going to be a very bad time. But as time marches on, I see that version of the future getting closer and closer. So I just need to let you guys know that I appreciate all the help you've given me over the years and the support and the friends I've made. And at the same time, also let you know that here in the future, I might need more help. I'm doing the best I can with what I got for my family. My brother's a huge help too. You know, he's paying like the internet. He lives with us. He helps out a bit too. But I'm only 28 years old, and I've been living with and caring for my grandfather for like 5, 6 years at this point. Before that, when I was younger, I lived with him too, and I saw some shit. I've the doctors told me I saved his life like 7, 8 years ago. I found him delirious and like out of it. And he was like internal bleeding and stuff. And even back then they thought he was gonna die, but he pulled through. And like this is all my life has been for a while. And I have no idea what it's gonna be like after the fact. But I'm doing my best. It's like I have this goal, right, for the future. It's like I want to eventually move in with Mitchie whenever that can happen. But life doesn't work on a set plan. You know, you make plans, you try to hope for the future, but like shit never works out the way you plan it. So eventually I want to be with her like in person and like be the like homemaker that I've become, you know, cooking, cleaning, cheering people on, doing my crafts and stuff, still doing my art, whatever I can, whatever is needed of me, I guess. But over the years, I've also discovered that me and regular jobs don't really mix very well. Like, I've never been fired, but I've worked many jobs over the years because I struggle to stay at any one place longer than like a couple years. The longest job I had was like in fucking high school when I worked at the same wedding venue for like 4 or 5 years straight. It's like I have this weird problem where working regular jobs make me want to either kill myself or others, which is apparently not normal. And might be related to my specific mental illness mixture. And it's kind of a problem because you kind of need that shit to live, you know? So, I basically, at this point, I feel like I live a life of like a monk. Like, it's like I live off the kindness of others while also trying to provide some sort of service, whether it's like being there for people when they need it, making art, or like just telling my story, you know? Hi Gary, thank you for the lurk. And it makes it difficult, you know, but like at the same time, I grew up in poverty. I've always kind of been poor as shit. So I'm used to that kind of shit too. So it's not super difficult for me. It's like I guess I'm used to it. So I keep saying so, sorry. I'm just like trying to think of what to say next to make it like sound coherent. I'm used to struggling. I'm not too afraid of struggling. I have this profound sense that things will work out. I've been in terrible situations before, and I kind of know how to handle myself. And if there's one thing that's true about the world, it's that there may be bad people, but there's a whole lot of good people too. And if you just know, like, the kind of people you want to surround yourself with, if you help others, others will help you, you know? And if you can live a life that you're happy with, if you're a good person, things will be okay, right? At least that's how I feel. It's like back in like 2019, 2020, I was temporarily homeless and I had like tried basically restarting life in a new state and stuff. And like I never like sat around with a sign or anything that was like, me homeless, please help. But like I did stuff online. I did art, you know, I was live streaming and stuff, and like that helped a lot. And then when I was living in my car, people would just notice me. They'd notice that like I'd been there for a while or something, and people would offer me assistance, even though I never really asked for it. So it's like I've seen firsthand, you know, when things are difficult, how bad things can be. But I've also seen that even in those worst moments, that there are good people out there who are willing to help you. And part of it is sucking up the pride and letting people help you. It's like you might feel like you don't deserve the help, or you might feel like you're above that kind of life. But shitty situations can happen to anybody, good people, you know? And you have to swallow your pride and be like, okay, this is the reality of what I live in, and allow life to continue even in peril. It's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, even if shit gets real, real bad, it's not over. It's only temporary. So even though I know in the future that some real bad shit might be coming on the horizon, and that it may look or feel like it's gonna be the worst thing ever, and that I might not be able to recover from it, I know from past experiences that eventually I'll be fine. I can't control everything that happens in my life or happens to me, but I can do my best to control how I react to these situations. And that's why now I'm trying to do everything I can to line myself up for a better, like, future, you know? What the fuck is up with this fucking selection tool? It does not like me. And it's important to tell people how thankful you are for when they do help you. It's like some people struggle with it, but it's a good practice to show gratitude and appreciation, and to let people who have been in your life, that have made your life better, let them know that them being in your life has made it better. Because, you know, you're not guaranteed a tomorrow. Part of that in my life lately is being a bit more confident I often underestimated the impact I made on others. I had this weird habit of assuming that I'm insignificant, forgettable, you know? But you'd be surprised how much of an impact you make on other people's lives, whether you realize it or not. Whether it's just somebody passing by you on the street and then seeing your smile or outfit or something you say online that can inspire others, or the art you make. That's the best part about the human condition. It's kind of like the butterfly effect. Every choice you make, every action you take will have an impact on others and yourself and your future. So even small actions that you can do today that'll help your life be better in the future, or helping others today will, you know, will provide fruit for you in the future. Reap what you show type shit. And sometimes doing what's right is hard. It's difficult. It's not easy. I'm reminded of that shit all the time, like living with and caring for my grandfather. I've been told a few times by people older than me that are in like their 40s that what I'm doing, someone my age shouldn't have to do. You know, end of life care for family members and stuff is usually reserved for people who are older, like people in their 50s and 60s or whatever, dealing with a parent who's dying. But I've been doing this in my mid 20s and stuff, and it certainly takes like a mental toll on you, a physical toll too. But I would always make that choice. And we also think that Grandpa has been alive longer because of it. Because my brother and I are here. You know, it's like that young blood helps keep him young, you know? But now we're at a point where his body has begun to fail him. Luckily, he still has his mind, you know? Like, he might have some memory issues, but, like, he knows who we are. He knows what day it is. He knows what to do, that kind of thing. He might forget to turn the stove off occasionally, but, you know, luckily, he's still coherent. But, you know, he struggles to, like, walk around. He's got his walker. He gets out of breath. He can't, like, lift his arms anymore. Like, yes, that means more work for me, but that is my job. That is why I'm here. If it needs to be done, I shall do it. And I believe it's taught me a strong level of maturity that I did not have before. You learn a lot about yourself when you're in a situation like that, you know? I've learned a lot about, like, the grieving process too. Because I would say I've been grieving for years already, you know? We've had a couple, like, close calls where I thought I was gonna lose him already. And it's very normal. There's, like, this weird, special grieving process that happens when you do, like, end of life care. like before they pass, you know? It's normal. It's normal for it to mess you up. I'm a little worried because whenever it does happen, uh, I don't exactly have the funds for the arrangements. But luckily, a couple of his sisters are still alive, and I believe the tribe will also help with that. But I already know that whenever it happens, it's gonna take me out for a while. I'm trying so hard not to fucking cry. Thanks, Ellie. It's just but this is something that's kind of happening. Now, he could surprise us and give us like another few years, you know? But um with his physical body declining in junk, I don't realistically have a solid timeline of what to expect. Um he's gonna need dialysis, which I think he was technically already supposed to be having dialysis. But he doesn't want it, which is hard. It's like, yes, it's his choice, you know, and I know it's not an enjoyable process, and he doesn't want to be in the hospital or anything. He's made it very clear over the past few years that he doesn't want to go to hospice, and he doesn't want to be in a hospital for that sort of thing. Like, he just wants to be here at home with me, which, you know, again, his choice. And it's kind of beautiful. But it's hard. So, if you don't see me online as much, that's why. I'm doing the best that I can. And in a weird way, I feel like it's important to be open about it because this is one of those things that can't really be avoided. Thank you, Claire. In life. Like, when I lost my dad a couple of years ago, it was hard, but I wasn't super close with him either. He wasn't a great guy in my life, or anyone's really. He was a pretty bad dude. And that still messed me up a little bit. But my grandfather, he's like, he's like really my dad. Hydrate, yeah. I will. Thanks, Lunar. And like, he's still here, but watching him get worse, you know, that shit, that shit been taking a toll on me. And this guy, my grandfather, has lived through so much. When I was younger, he had cancer and he beat it. He had like a fucking four hour heart surgery, like a bypass. He lived through that. He's got a pacemaker now. Uh, but his organs have begun to fail. He's got like fucking stage 4 kidney problems that they're trying to manage with medication. And he's supposed to get dialysis. And I think he was supposed to start dialysis like a few months back. But he kept like putting it off. And when I asked him about it, he would get kind of rough about it, like not want to talk about it and junk. And like, it's clear that we're at the point where he just wants to enjoy whatever he has left. So I'm doing my best to make sure that every day is a good one. Thank you. Music come back. All we can do is like let him enjoy the sun while he can still see it. Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's why, like, I try not to be too harsh with him. Like, there's certain things he's not supposed to have, like food and stuff. And, like, he's been having less and less, like ability to do whatever he wants. And, like, as long as he still has his mind, you know, I want him to be able to do whatever he wants us to do. So, like, if he wants to have things he's not supposed to have, then, like, fuck it, you know? Like, he's already lasted this long. Like, it's more about keeping him comfortable and happy than it is fighting super hard to make him live another however long, like a few years or whatever. And that's a hard call to make too, because you want to be strict with it. And you want to do whatever you can to prolong things more and more. But if he's made the choice that, like, he doesn't want to get the dialysis or whatever, if he doesn't want to keep going to doctor stuff or do these things, then I can't, like, force it either, right? I gotta, like, respect his decision, because that decision's not, it's not my call to make. Like, I can get mad and sad and throw a hissy fit, but that's not gonna help anyone. It's not gonna help him. So lately, I've been trying to surrender myself to a life that is more one of servitude. I will play my part for as long as it is required. In a way, my own life is kind of on hold because of it. You know, it's like I can't really move or commit to trying a new thing in life until this is all over. For the foreseeable future, I'll be doing my best impression of like a stay-at-home housewife. Cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping, making sure that the family is taken care of. Obviously, I'm still going to be making art and content here and there, but, like, sacrifices must be made, yes. Thank you, Claire. I read that, but I don't know if I said it out loud. And, like, I know that these emotions are normal and expected, you know? But I also hate how weak that it makes me feel. My brother, love him to death. He helps out a bit, but honestly, I could use help a bit more. It's like, yeah, he has a job and he helps pay like internet and my phone, but like, I'm gonna have to have a serious conversation with him about helping out more around the house or with Grandpa. Like, I really need him to get his driver's license so that in the event of emergency or whatever, he can help in that way. Plus, he's male, so like, if Grandpa needs more help, I'd appreciate if he was available for that sort of thing. There are programs where nurses from the state or the tribe are supposed to come in and assist with certain things. But again, because we live in a very rural area, we were told that they didn't have availabilities for some of that nursing at home assistant. And like with the dialysis, I think part of the reason why he doesn't want to do it is because he'd have to go into the hospital and stay there for a while, or like he would have to travel from home to the hospital to do it, and he'd be there for like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours a day, and the drive to the location is like an hour, so it'd be like 2 hours each day traveling from there to here. So like I think he just decided that that was too much effort. Yeah, which I can understand not wanting to fucking do that. Every single day. Yeah, I mean, his kidneys are failing. Your kidneys do a very important job cleaning your blood and filtering stuff out. He's on some intense medication to help with that sort of thing, but it doesn't cure it. Eventually, they're going to completely shut down. And then he will be completely dependent on dialysis or just die. And I think another reason that he doesn't really want to do the dialysis is probably because it was like when he used to be on chemotherapy. Maybe there's a little like PTSD about that sort of thing. It's like I can totally sympathize with that. No, I don't think he's gonna like die next month or anything. But I also don't know either, you know? Like when it comes to like elderly people like that. Like you might have seen memes about it online or something, but like he's like he could be like one bad fall away from death, you know? Or like any other health problem that happens. It's like, well, luckily he has a pacemaker. So, like, any heart problem, not only should the pacemaker help with, but like, we have an alarm system that will trigger, and an ambulance would be dispatched immediately. That sort of thing, which is a really good resource to have. We have like a SOS button in the house that we can just press in the event that we need it. So little things like that help. And whenever the inevitable happens, uh, because of how I've been living, I won't be able to like afford rent or anything. It's like when the inevitable happens, not only am I going to lose him, but my entire life is going to be table flipped. Maybe that's why I'm so anxious. I'm just thinking, I'm like, yeah, watching that kind of thing in slow motion horror. But that relates to what I was talking about earlier. I know that when all the bad things happen, that I'll still be okay. Things will find a way. Because I have to. If you need to get a pickaxe and go to Burger King with me, you can just vandalize shit. That does sound really fun. Although, I don't really fuck with prison. But that does sound like some good activities. It's unfortunate, but I can't really ask my mom for assistance with this kind of stuff either. My grandfather was my father's adoptive father. And my mom isn't very well off, and she's sick as well. Speaking of my mom, I texted her the other day being like, I'm so sorry that like the government's doing what it's doing because she's probably gonna be affected by that. And she never responded. So like I don't know if like her phone bill just isn't active or she's just like ignoring me. But I hope she's okay. Because I haven't heard from her in like a month or something. Then again, we're not super close. So maybe she's just like, nah. Thank you, Mitchie, for the 10 biddies. I hope work is treating you well. I'm working on Flame's commission, and I've been talking about life stuff. Just busy. I see, I see. It is the summer. I think that'll be good for the sword for now. I can touch it up more later. Maybe I'll do the shirt next. It looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Oh, I gotta stand up for a second. My legs are getting pinched on my chair. I gotta stretch. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, I should hydrate. Aqua. Should use your 434k points. I mean, she got all the points. She hoarded the points. She owned the point market. Like, well, on a less serious note, I'm doing art fight for the first time this year. I've done a couple drawings. It's been pretty fun. A couple people did drawings of ghosts. That's pretty cool. My lurk is strong for the bestest partner. Thanks. I got 8.2k, but all I need is the stab emote. Hell yeah. Art fight is fun. Of course, in retrospect, I'm realizing that I should have joined art fight years ago. It's like, I used to think that my art wasn't good enough for it. Well, that, and I was like, no one's gonna give a shit. No one's gonna give a shit if I do that. But over the years, you know, I've seen art fight expand into a lot more. It's way more mainstream. More people do it now. Lots of artists of different skill levels do it now. So it's a lot more, I think, friendly to just anybody. I remember years ago when I first discovered what art fight was, it was, I would say, much more like involving like high skill people, and there was a lot of like people being like, don't don't do this if it's going to be like low effort, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Which nowadays I feel like people are a lot nicer about certain things and accepting of people of any skill level, which is good to see, you know. I'm glad people are noticing you. Yeah, yeah, a couple. I'm bad at marketing. I struggle to post enough The internet wants you to post all the time. You know what I mean? Multiple times a day or some shit. But I'm very bad at being loud about myself online. I don't understand how people make that much content, how they can like post so often and stuff, or how they find the time and energy to interact with people so much online. It's very alien to me. It's like if it was skill based alone, you know, I get that compliment that doesn't really feel like a compliment quite a bit. That's just the like, oh, you're so underrated. How are you not more popular? How do you not have more this, more that? And it's like, well, it turns out I suck. It turns out I suck at being online. It's like, it is kind of fun, I guess, to get told that you're underrated. But it's also like, haha, thanks, I know. And like Flame was reminding me too that I don't charge near enough for my commissions and junk. But I struggle to get work unless I do severely undersell myself, you know? Thank you, Mitchie, for gifting a sub to Anonymous Gearhead. I appreciate that. Sometimes when I have a burst of energy, I just schedule a bunch of posts at once. I get that. I feel like I don't have a lot of stuff to post. It's like for art at least, I would have to make new drawings or stuff. And even if I was just to repost old drawings, I don't have a lot of my old drawings. The hard drive that I had for like 5 years died like a year or two ago, and I lost a lot of that. And then I don't generally keep my drawings on my computer for super long because I'm constantly like working on different things. And I've always struggled with like knowing what to say online. Or like I guess it's more of like I'm afraid to have strong opinions on the internet because you know how people are online. And I'm antisocial. It's like a lot of people enjoy talking to other people and being perceived and online and stuff, and it's really nice and it works out for them. But I tend to find it quite tiring. I know I need to get better at marketing. I know I need to reach out more. I know it's a game of make the most noise, get the most eyes, that kind of thing. It's a rat race. Luckily, I've been changing over the years, though. I've slowly been becoming more comfortable with just being myself in general, which is a goal I've had for quite some time to be like unapologetically myself, which I'm still working towards, you know? I'm still trying to be okay with just being me, you know? Which is fun. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm liking that shirt. Very nice. You're growing, and that's amazing in of itself. Thank you. It's like I know I've done a lot of growing, but sometimes I don't feel like I have. It's hard to, I don't know, see the growth when there's not a lot of like concrete stuff, you know? It's like specifically when we talk about art or like online stuff, 2023 was a pretty good year for me in business stuff online. And then 2024 was like one of the worst years I've had in a long time. And, you know, we're in 2025, we're like halfway through the year. And I'm still struggling to get back to where I was in 2023. I do think I've made some good progress with things. You know, I'm making more art. I'm trying to be more like visible online. I'm trying to be more open with people about myself and things in general. You know, I'm trying to live life the way I want to, which is, you know, it's cool and it works. I often have a feeling or a sense of being left behind, though. Maybe it's a bit of the autism thing. It's like everyone else got the script but me. Michi says she's proud of me a lot. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I don't get it. Alright, we're gonna color the little leather jacket thing next. I'm proud of you, and I already told you and Envy and Joey, you guys are doing giant progress. Well, thank you. I guess sometimes it just doesn't feel like we are. progress that not only am I proud, but both of you should be proud. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely proud of Joey. Sometimes I get a little upset with him, but like, you know, I guess he has come a long way. I mean, you too, Ellie. You've been making a lot of efforts lately, haven't you? You've been doing things to like look out for yourself and to try to be better overall and make sure you get what you need, right? I always say it because it's my genuine feeling and I want you to know. Well, I guess I'm glad that you do feel that way. But I'm at the start, still a long way to go. It's okay, man. You got this. It is an uphill battle. And, you know, the battle never really ends. You just gotta keep at it. It's like a war of attrition, you know? And you're at both sides of it. Like, you might see people online say that, like, to be alive, to exist out of spite, is to win. And there's truth in that. But to live a happy life that's worth living, that's the real prize. To become somebody that you'd look up to, that you're proud to be. That's a real treasure. And there's real power in that, you know? Thank you. Something else I've been dealing with lately, it's like, okay, so my life overall has gotten better as I've as it's gone on, I guess. Like, the life I live today is a lot better than my childhood ever was, stuff like that, right? But I'm also starting to get to the point where I want more from life, I guess. It's like healing and stuff has slowly led me to a place where I realize that I want more from life. Sometimes I get the feeling of like, this can't just be it, right? You want more Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards? I mean, that is certainly something to want more of. It's the moment to the old world if you want more tickets. Yeah, it does kind of seem like that, huh? It's like, for now, I'm stuck, right? I can't really do much more with the current situation. I have a duty and a task to uphold. But I want more for the future. Emmett Sletchcard? I don't know anything about that. I played Magic the Gathering in high school. I haven't really touched it since. Like, but personally, I guess I wasn't really talking about like physical things. I mean, I guess in a sense I am. I don't have a lot of things in general. It's like I've got my car, and it's kind of run down. Got this computer, thanks to Mitchie. It's like I need new clothing and stuff. A lot of my clothes are like old, full of holes. Some of it doesn't really fit me anymore. And like, I don't have things in general. Like, a normal house has like decorations and stuff. But my house is just like a hodgepodge of stuff. I know you are, Mitchie. I'm looking at my reference. I need to make a little change. Supposed to be like that. I wasn't like saying anything to try to make you feel bad about anything. I was just kind of trying to state that, like, this is just kind of how my life is. How it's kind of always been. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I've always kind of felt like my life isn't my own. It's like, I always had some sort of purpose to uphold, right? Or some sort of task or reason for being. Like, it's all circumstantial. Almost like I'm not my own person, kind of. I don't know if that's relatable. Maybe I'm just bonkers. I'm not a big fan of this kind of music. This like wubby shit. I think anyone who's been parentified will understand. Yeah. When I was a child, I was treated like a slave, like a servant. I don't know if I've talked about it on the stream like extensively before, but I was raised in such a way where it was very much like the, how to explain this without going into too much detail. I wasn't supposed to make any noise or be seen really, and I had to like cook and clean and take care of my parents, take care of my brother. I wasn't allowed to have my own like thoughts and feelings, and it's led to me struggling to know who I am as an adult. It also led to me not really having any dreams or ambitions. It's like a normal kid, you ask them what they wanted to be when they grew up, you know, they'd be like a doctor or a veterinarian or whatever. But like, I was never able to have that ambition or whatever. So I was like, it's kind of like, that's not really an option for me. I I was not allowed to be my own person until, well, until like 2018, 2019. After I was in that car accident in Junk. After I ended up failing trying to go to university. We all have a purpose. I'm still discovering that purpose. So far, it seems my purpose is to strip away my own wants and desires, to stand steadfast and serve those who need me. Whether it was my sick mother, or my dying grandfather, or my brother who found himself in bad situations and needed me to come save him, or someone I met online years ago who was alone and lost and misguided in life, or to work towards a future that people want, you know? Totally gonna regain what was taken from you, one step at a time. I believe in psychology. I believe what they call it was a failure to flourish, or a failure to what the fuck, what's that term? It's like a failure to take off. Fuck, let me look it up. Yeah, I think it is called a failure to flourish. What was explained to me through years of therapy and stuff was that um, I did not have a sense of identity, a sense of self. Like, I guess if you wanted to know about me more, the best thing you could do is read up what happens to people in extreme, uh, like abuse cases, like to children in extreme abuse cases. I've spent the greater portion of my adult life trying to learn how to be a person. What's expected of you behaviorally, what kind of goals, ambitions people usually have, how to interact with others, and how not to perpetuate certain things. Oh, yes, it certainly is a process. It certainly is. I think you've been doing good. You've grown since I re-met you. Yeah, there's a lot I had to learn. I'm still learning. Every bit I find out about myself. Huh? Some things were easier to learn about myself, like the things that piss you off, I guess. The things you refuse to tolerate. I think that's the easiest stuff. The like fundamental emotions, right? So there's like primal emotions that they might refer to as like reptilian emotions, like hunger or anger, that kind of stuff. And then there's like secondary emotions. And if you listen to your body when it tells you, like, clearly this thing pisses you off, or for some reason people doing this or acting this way activates something, you can learn about yourself that way. It's like, no duh, no shit, like child abuse bad, that kind of thing. But it's instilled a very strong sense of justice in me. It's like my brother and I have talked about it before. But it's like we have to like stop ourselves from getting involved in things sometimes. I've certainly learned what kind of people I enjoy to be around versus don't enjoy being around. Yes, I've been trying to learn just to keep my mouth shut. I've been figuring that out too. What the kind of people you actually want to be around, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think, what do they call it? Protecting your peace. Yeah, sometimes I say something wrong and it makes people mad or something. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to understand why something you said makes people react a certain way. And it takes a lot of effort to understand, like, social implications, etiquette, stuff like that. Yeah, and removing yourself from environments that you're not okay with. Yeah, Yeah, you owe it to yourself, right? To not put yourself through things that you don't want to be a part of. Do no harm, take no shit? Exactly. Although I do believe sometimes harm is necessary. Clearly, there's too many people that walk around in this world who haven't been punched in the face for something they've done or said. But there's a time and place for that sort of thing. Like, you have to give yourself, like, a rule of engagement. I've already said I don't want to go to jail, so my rules of engagement are pretty strict. My brother, however, is way more likely to get into a fight. Joey itches for a fight. Something that I've learned throughout life too is that, like, I'm way more likely to, like, fight for something or try really hard to achieve something for other people, I guess. Like, working on yourself and bettering yourself is really cool, but I'm more motivated to do so for the sake of others, I guess. Like, you know, Mitchie says she's proud of me and junk, and that she sees that I've been putting effort in and getting better over the years or whatever. But, like, one of the main reasons why I've even done that anyway is because of the people in my life, like her, you know? Sure, I owe it to myself, but having another reason like that definitely helps with the motivation to do so. Like, even like trying to lose weight and junk, it's like, yeah, I'd like to be healthier. It's like, I don't want to die when I'm 40 or 50 or whatever. but that's mostly for them, right? So that they don't have to be sad, so that I'll be around, so that I can help or protect. Sometimes I also find myself wanting to set a good example as well. It's like if I can push myself harder, maybe I can encourage others too. I also think it's incredibly important to be like transparent about a lot of this. Like, I don't know what a lot of you go through on the day to day, but if me talking about what's going on in my life ever can help somebody else, it's 100% worth it. My will to live has been a lot stronger recently. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. Plus, it does a disservice to lie about things like that. Like, if I was just like, oh yeah, everything's hunky dory, that'd be doing a disservice to myself and others. A lot of what you see online is full of like people trying to sell you on their life. And that can make people feel super alone that they don't have that same kind of life. I'm starting to get hungry. Me hungry. My tummy be rumbly. I think I'll do a bit more work on this, maybe like this gold part on this arm, and then we'll wind down the stream. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go super long today. So I'm just gonna go a bit more and then I'll end it. I need to work out. I gotta walk around a bit. And I gotta do some weightlifting. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna cook. Well, I guess that would be first, actually. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna cook. And then I gotta work out. And then I gotta clean. And then I gotta see if Grandpa has any other random tasks for me to do. And then I gotta see what the boys want or what's up on their agenda. $2.5 is a pretty good length. It is, but it isn't. It's like for streams and stuff in general. They really recommend that you go for like 4 hours as like a minimum. That is, if you actually want to try to make any kind of money from it. Being as that I don't really have much else going for me, I really should stream longer, but not today. I'm just trying to stream more often now. Yeah, but you're growing. You've got a good viewer base, loyal people, and all that. Whatever you're doing seems to be working for you. You have a personality that is very likable, approachable. And my headphones are dying. They're beeping at me. I'm just chill. Yeah. You provide a nice safe space for people. You've got your niche when it comes to like those like Disney games and stuff. Like, you got a thing you've been doing. Yeah, I'm glad it's working out for you. Did you hit 600 already? I know you were like one away or some shit. Have you decided what you're gonna do for your celebration? 2 away? Ah, well, you'll hit it probably in the next couple days. I doubt there's anybody here who doesn't already follow Mitchie, but if you haven't, you should. Like, you didn't come from her anyway. Get out of here. You're welcome, baby. Thank you from the lurk. I mean, we're gonna be ending things here pretty soon anyway. I think I've made some really good progress on this commission today. So I hope that if you've been here, you've enjoyed watching me draw, or if anything I talked about resonated with you. I appreciate all the support. Lord knows I need it. So I thank you and ask for your continued support in the future. And remember, you're not alone, that there's plenty of people out there going through the same shit. And that the future will always be there for you. Appreciate you guys and have a great rest of your day.